I will show you. So Hollow Knight does track achievements. Like I say, I played earlier. I had 2. I got a charm and I defeated the false knight. That's it. That's all I did with it the first time. So this is essentially a first playthrough, because the hour I played on one go really doesn't count. In wilds beyond, they speak your name with reverence and regret. For none could tame our savage souls, yet you the challenge met. Under palaced watch you taught, we changed, based instincts were redeemed. A world you gave to bug and beast, as they had never dreamed. From Elegy for the Hallownest, by Monomon the Teacher. So cool. The art is so neat. All the little details, like how the lamps end in the Nautilus spiral. It begins. Pretty epic entrance for the night. So let me go in now that the kind of loud intro has hit. Let's tweak this up because I do want to be able to hear that music. Not by too much, just a little. Now, the first little chunk here is really just a lot of exploration. This is essentially the part that I did previously. So there's not a ton that's super, super exciting. This is essentially a tutorial to give you a couple early kind of controller input guidelines. Hollow Knight, I'm hoping, is a game that kind of pushes me to kind of, I don't know, this is going to be a really good indication of how much the channel makes me stick with a game. Because admittedly, I know there's plenty of people that don't think Hollow Knight is hard. Hollow Knight, I think, is kind of hard. I'm not a super precise platformer. So I'm pretty excited to get into it and see how much this drives me forward. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Your great strength marks you amongst us. Focus your soul, and you shall achieve feats of which others can only dream. Collect soul by striking enemies. Once enough soul is collected, hold B to focus soul and heal. Well, that's what you would do if you ever got hit, but we're gonna do a no-hit run right here. Pretty sure I'm gonna lose the no-hit run in this room. Yep. Almost immediately. I mean, no hit run. I don't remember seeing any damage. Time to restart. Baited that guy into the falling rock, so feeling pretty good about that. The artwork in this is so cool because it's like hand-drawn, but still kind of flows and moves very fluidly. Like, that's something... Oh, shoot. That's something you don't see a ton in, like, a really strictly hand-drawn game. You know, that's one of the reasons I think of a game like Cuphead, where Cuphead got so much praise, because even though it was hand-animated, it was just so buttery smooth. Hollow Knight has a lot of that same flavor. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Beyond this point, you enter the land of King and Creator. Step across this threshold and obey our laws. Bear witness to the last and only civilization, the Eternal Kingdom, Hallownest. So cool. When I walk out onto what is almost assuredly a infinite drop, I just superhero land it. That's what cool guys do, right? The lonely streetlights. Dirtmouth, the fading town. I will talk to you, sir, but first I would like to rest. These are like bonfires for those of you that have never played Hollow Knight. Although it's definitely more of a Metroidvania than a Soulsborne, some of the kind of staple tenets of those style of games hold true. So this would be the equivalent of a bonfire or like a Castlevania Symphony of the Night mirror. Hey, Diaz gifting out a sub to Vivi. That's very nice of you, Diaz. Vivi, thanks for coming along. Using your gift sub there, you're gonna gain some emotes. You can help us fight against the backlog. Pretty exciting. Oh there, traveler. I'm afraid there's only me left to offer welcome. Our town's fallen quiet, you see. The other residents, they've all disappeared, headed down that well one by one into the caverns below. Used to be there was a great kingdom beneath our town. It's long fell to ruin, yet it still draws folks into its depths. Wealth, glory, enlightenment. That darkness seems to promise all things. I'm sure you too seek your dreams down there. Well, watch out. It's a sickly air that fills the place. Creatures turn mad and travelers are robbed of their memories. Hey, and so DS with a gift sub and then Vivi immediately doing some cheering. You guys are super sweet. Perhaps dreams aren't such great things after all. So we got what this is who? This is Elderbug. So Elderbug just kind of stuck here in the once thriving city of Dirtmouth, now an abandoned husk. For all your mapping supplies, we will be opening soon. Zelda and Cornifer. So it begins. Ignoring the Elderbug's warning, we immediately jump down the well to the Forgotten Crossroads. So the stuff that falls from enemies is twofold. When we damage enemies, we get soul. We learned about that earlier from the one monolith. But the little things they drop, the things that you're seeing me collect from them, and then also from the kind of like, I guess, like boulders that we're coming up upon, that is the kind of currency of the game. MSU Vivi says he's #1 bit boy. I'm the bit boy. Enemies do respawn and stuff. Again, kind of that staple Metroidvania gameplay design. So you can just kind of grind stuff, but we won't be doing that unless there's something that we need to be doing it for. Whoa. Oh, I can't slash down if I'm already standing there, huh? It's a bummer. Whoop! Oh, that's the husk of one of the ones we killed up there. Hello. Hello there. Come down to explore these beautiful old ruins? Don't mind me. I have a fondness for exploring myself. Getting lost and finding your way is a pleasure like no other. We're exquisitely lucky, you and I. I'm a cartographer by trade, and I'm working on mapping this area right now. Would you like to buy a copy of my work so far? We will absolutely buy a map, Conifer. Acquired a map. View a detailed map of Hallownest in the map pane of the inventory. A map can be a useful thing, but it alone won't show you where you are. If you've not the head for directions, I suggest purchasing a compass from my wife, Izelda. She's just now opening our new map shop in Dirtmouth, selling all sorts of useful things to wanderers like yourself. She'll even sell some of my old maps from time to time. I pop back to see her whenever I finish mapping an area. She's always so excited to see me. Anything else to say, Conifer? Oh, he's gonna introduce himself. That's what he has to say. He doesn't know why I know he's Conifer. Oh, by the way, I haven't introduced myself, have I? Yes, I should apologize for that. When you spend a lot of time by yourself with just your own thoughts, you forget the niceties of conversation. My name is Cornifer, not Conifer, that's a tree. Cornifer. And I've always loved exploring the world. Why, when I was first hatched, I wandered off immediately, leaving my brothers and sisters and poor mother behind. That's why as soon as I could, I moved to Dirtmouth with my wife. A huge, unending kingdom to explore right on our doorstep? Who could resist? Anyway, I'll let you return to your travels. With a little luck, we'll meet again. Be safe and farewell. So here's our map. Without the compass that his wife sells, we cannot see our location. But you can see down there in the bottom left, we have a little icon that looks like Cornifer. Make back the money we just spent on our map. I don't know if this is intended to be like if you somehow didn't collect any of the currency earlier, they give you a way to still make sure you get the map. But it's awfully nice of them. Ooh, nope, I lied. It's a way to make sure you find that hidden area. Oh, damn it. So I find the hidden area, and then like a dummy, walk too far. Let's keep it. Is this just like a battle arena? Ooh, Trixie. I am missing health, so we're gonna have to maybe do a tactical hide and heal. Oh my goodness. There we go. And we're unlocked. I didn't remember rooms like that. I mean, obviously boss rooms, but I didn't remember rooms like that that kind of force you into combat. Alright, so what have we uncovered for ourselves up here? Just a way to bypass that room, maybe? Yeah, it looks, well, no? Yeah, that's all it's gotta be. I love the backdrops. So we have another bench here, so we'll reset our kind of respawn point. So as you explore deep, that can be a bit of a curse, right? Like if you've ever played a game like this, when you kind of push into an uncharted area and then save your progress at a rest, like it's nice because you get your health back. But on the negative side, you're a long way from home. I don't think we can make this jump. Nope. Oof. Ooh, I'll take all this money though. We are gonna try and kind of save enough money here to go buy the compass from a Zelda, because anyone who has watched a decent amount of the channel knows that I get lost in games extremely easily, and a game like Hollow Knight will be no different. Excuse me, we're just gonna scoot on through. Thanks, sir. He spit at me as I left, and it looked less like a kind of staged attack and more like a I curse you. Alright. Chargy boy. We just gotta make sure we time our shots on those guys. I'm remembering some of the enemies. I'm assuming that will not last long, just based on how little I played. Even just like the animations for these guys where they kind of spring up. So good, so fluid. I don't remember how much the compass is. I guess it won't matter because it's going to be a bit before I can get back up to Dirtmouth. Was the map guy humming the Luigi's Mansion idle music? Was driving me crazy, and that's what it reminded me of. I don't know, it could be. This is obviously an indie project. So I don't know how much Nintendo would have let them get away with using Nintendo music. But they're nerds enough, they might have given it a shot. Card Shark immediately, huh? I'm on to you. Card Shark's trying to get us to pause for an early water bottle break. All right, we can keep going to the right here. Oh, right. Okay, cool. So these, the signs here, you've always got to kind of remember that even though it just looks like we're in caves, like this is a bug kingdom. So this was like an inhabited urban environment. Get another bench. But we're also going to have these guys, a toll machine with the symbol of a stag. Insert geo. Yes. I know I just said we were going to save up for the compass, but arguably these are more important. So these are stag stations, and these are like fast travel points. So if we ring this bell, we can summon this huge bug that'll kind of like transport us. Affiliate? Yeah, man, I'm pretty stoked. We earned it just after the stream on Tuesday. There we go. Those style enemies, these guys, they're like, you know, that's like a classic Mario enemy where they cling to the platform. Gotta be the most irritating of all platform enemies, right? Like when you're doing platforming and you're kind of measuring out your jumps and planning where you're gonna try and land yourself to avoid damage, having a guy like that is so infuriating. All right, you wanna go, big boy? Let's do this. Oh, I forgot about that. And that, that's fine. Oh, not so tough now, are you? Oh my goodness. DS, you're an animal. Another gifted sub, this one for Card Shark. It's very kind of you. Thank you for the gifted sub, DS. Card Shark, now that you've got a sub, you've gained an emote. It serves dual purpose. You can cheer against the backlog, and you can celebrate when I make mistakes that get me killed. We're out of healing juice. There we go. There it is. Big payday. Congrats on affiliate. Thanks, Afterlife. I appreciate it. Pretty stoked about it. All right. Oh, I forgot that all this stuff looks like it's in the background, but it's still interactable. Oh, that's a corpse. That would be super rude. Oh my goodness, Dia, stop it. You're a freaking machine. Afterlife, congratulations on the gift sub from DS. With your new sub, you gain access to a couple of emotes. Right now, it is the solo emote. It's the only one you're going to need for this game. It's the classic backlog rip, which will be used to signify us finally beating the game, but is also going to probably see a lot of use when I invariably die. You have no idea what's in store until I crash? You're an animal, DS. That is very sweet of you. Alright. Juliefish subscribing. Beat you to it, DS. Haha. Afterlife, thank you for continuing the gift sub early. That's very nice of you. DS, little did you know, Afterlife had already tried to subscribe, and I dissuaded him until it was on stream so I could thank him properly. All right. Very exciting to have so many people to help us fight the backlog. For anyone who wasn't here right in the beginning when I introduced Hollow Knight, this is a game, you know, when we played BioShock, and I mentioned that that was kind of like, I called it like a Mount Rushmore game. Oh, our first boss. Maybe we'll wait for the anecdotes. So this is the one I've beaten already. I beat him the first time I played this. Oh, shoot. We gotta bait out. Oh, I didn't want the overhand. We want the little ones. Not the overhand. Okay, okay. Pick your spots, get in there. The big jumping one doesn't give us the shock, so we don't need to worry about the second timing. You just gotta get out of the way of it, and then you can punish. All right. Stage 2, I believe. Oh, that's right. Don't look so cool without your helmet, huh, False Knight? Oh, that's right. We get a little ceiling dodge. Okay. Let me, you know what we should do? I was gonna say heal before he attacks me again, but then I foolishly healed into an attack. Ooh, he's trying to pin me in. There we go. I timed that one right. No, I just straight up ran into him. Oh my god, he's got me pinned. I thought I could get through in time. Whoa. I need an update. I didn't have sound till just now. Well, I can give you the quick update since we got to go run back to False Knight. When I was talking about playing Hollow Knight, you know, a big reason is just because I think it's a cool game. But it's also a game that I've looked at so many times, that I've admired for so long. So this is kind of a big deal for me. This is very much up there with BioShock as like a game that I have long been in love with and just for whatever reason never got to. But it is probably on the farthest edge of game styles that I'm bad at. Which is saying something, because there's several game styles that I'm bad at. Bad at's maybe not fair. Not great ad. Nice job on that boss, Rip. Appreciate it, thank you. I should have known better than to give my wife that much power. I maybe should backtrack before we fight him and just get more... Well, no, we've got a decent chunk of soul. I think we'll be okay. We are going to want to try and kill our shadow here. This is the equivalent to like finding your souls in Dark Souls. You beat your shadow, you earn back your geo. Gotta find ways to use the rip. Don't worry, I'm sure I will give you plenty of ways to use the rip. Get some early smacks in. I got to avoid, last time I let him get me into a corner, and that's obviously just like a recipe for disaster. So he immediately gets me in a corner. That's very sweet of you, False Knight. I think I can, if he's stationary, I think I'm able to jump over him, but I'm like nervous to test it. There we go. Forward pressure. Keep him from getting me into the corner. Oh, he tried to trick me. He hit me with a flame spike. Ah, damn it. I'd rather fight him with him on my left. So I use, when I use a controller, which is rare, I use an Xbox Elite controller. But my Xbox Elite controller's thumbstick is super, super hard tuned. And because of the way I flick my controller, sometimes it flips back to the left unintentionally when I push it right. Like right there. Oh, it's the double. Okay. Nothing above us. Yes, get a heal in. You are the false knight. I am the knight. Come on. He's got some hefty audio cues, so getting the like dimmed noise when you take damage is kind of crummy. Alright. Oh, what's that nonsense? Oh, dude, that's garbage. I'm gonna try and double heal here. Oh! Wait, is that always how it ends? I don't remember that. It totally is. Sorry, bud. Get wrecked! The city crest. So he's got the tiniest little body, and it just was like a useless husk. Love it. Love it. All right, one boss down. This essentially catches us back up to where I played the first time I played this. So from this point forward, I'm essentially in uncharted territory. Ooh, that's right, a little chest. Take all that, thank you. Xbox unsubscribe. That's raw. That's raw. I got him on the second go. All right. We're carrying a very decent chunk of early game geo, so it might be time to think about heading back to Dirtmouth. In fact, that might be what this switch just did. Let me see here. Yeah, so this, in the very center there, you can see the logo for False Knight. And we just opened this to the left, which should actually put us back towards the main climb to get back up to Dirtmouth. Sorry I missed you. If you're feeling lost, why not pop up to our store in Dirtmouth and purchase a map of this area, available now for an excellent price. Cornifer. So this was where we were talking to Cornifer just a few moments ago. He was sitting next to the door to go to the False Knight's fight chamber the whole time. Cornifer, I appreciate the map, my guy, but how about the shortcut? You don't have clearance to flip that switch? These rooms, when I think of like the Metroidvanias that I played growing up, much more Castlevania than Metroid. I was never really like a big Metroid guy, but I played a lot of the Castlevanias, especially like Symphony of the Night I played a decent chunk of, but really the most I played were of the Game Boy Advance ones. So like Circle of the Moon, Aria of Sorrow, Harmony of Dissonance. Those rooms, like the one we just jumped up, where it's a big long vertical room with a bunch of little platforms and irritating kind of like nonsense enemies, just like little weak 2 and 3 shot guys. The worst design element. I'm convinced that they're only there so that when you unlock shortcuts and eventually like upgrades that let you traverse them faster, you're that much more appreciative. Oh, hello up there, friend. How do we... You look so sad. How do we... Is this an example of a comeback later? Yeah, we're not making that jump. Castlevania 2, best Castlevania? Is Castlevania 2 Simon's Curse? Is that the one where you go from door to doors in like the towns? This is... I'm already letting myself get distracted. I decided to go after something shiny midway up that room. Absolutely unnecessary, because that is not the way to Dirtmouth, and we want to go to Dirtmouth. Oh well. We got some extra geo out of it. I'll take it. Oh my goodness. Don't you dare. I thought that guy was going to be there when I landed. Yeah, that's one where they tried to reinvent it like Zelda 2. Don't fix what ain't broke. You're not wrong. I just remember in that one, like, you would go into a town and, you know, much like Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link, where they just did not give you any kind of a freaking idea where you were supposed to be going. You'd run around to all these towns in Castlevania 2, and then, like, it wouldn't be a town you were supposed to be in. So when night fell, it would just be like, it was like the platforming equivalent of Call of Duty Zombies. You would just have to fight a gajillion freaking enemies until the sun came up. It had rad cover art though. I guess it's shocking to me too that anyone would look at Zelda 2 and be like, oh yeah, this is what we need. I think the most exciting, the two most exciting things that happen in Zelda 2 Adventures of Link are successfully evading a monster fight on the open world map and like not having to deal with a monster fight, and the elevator rides down to the castle segments. Would actually make for a good remake if they added some QOL fixes. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, Diaz. Like, it's got a cool story, and there's some really cool artwork and stuff in it, and it was neat to see Link from that more detailed perspective with the 2D, like straight up side scroll. But like, you'd have to modernize it in a way to at least kind of give me a clue as to where we're going. I don't know if that was more the localization team than anything else, though. It could be that that was a localization issue. A young couple's just recently taken up residence in the house beside the station. Seems they're running a map shop, which may excite adventurous types like yourself. She's a tall bug, the wife. I told them to take a larger house, especially given they're all empty, but they liked the look of that one. The way she has to bend just to get through the door, I wouldn't put up with it myself. Elderbug's such a chill dude. I love the look of the house with like the eyeglasses as windows above the door. Hello there.
Bapanada.
Come to buy a map, have you? It's really my husband you should be dealing with, but what a surprise, he's headed down below. He'll pop back occasionally to deliver new maps for the store, but I do wish he'd spend a little more time up here. I have not much interest in retail myself. Preach, Zelda, preach. Now, let's see what's here for me to sell. All right, so this is the big gate. Yeah, so it was 220, so it was good that we stayed down there that long. Highly recommended. If you're having trouble finding your way in the maze of ruins below us, try this charm. It will pinpoint your location on your map. Incredibly helpful for finding your bearings in unfamiliar locations. Got it. We will take your wayward compass. Collected a charm. Equip a charm to activate its powerful abilities. To equip a charm, open the charms menu while resting at a bench. So that is the disadvantage of the compass. It does take up a charm slot. Quill, you'll need this if you want to update your map with new areas as you explore. It's essential for anyone serious about mapping. So all of these things here add pins to the map. So like right now, if you look at the map, remember it just kind of shows us a kind of loose outline. We get some like transitional information. And when we were down below, we got the info about like where enemies and vendors were. But it's loose. It's not very precise. These will give us specifics. So what is of most use to us? Probably the bench pen. That'll help us if we just absolutely need to get somewhere. Have you seen these beautiful blue cocoons? I made these pins so you can keep track of them. The blue cocoons are pretty, but very delicate. Please be careful around them. Interesting. And then the quill, what does that do? I think that's while you travel, it maps out what you're doing. So I'm thinking maybe we grab both the bench pin and the quill here. If you buy the power-up rewards card, you can save 20% on used items from her. Oh, my heart hurts. My heart hurts. 20% would have been a really big discount for that program too. For those of you in chat that do not know, DS is poking fun at me because I used to work for GameStop. We're gonna buy the quill. And then, like I say, I think we're gonna grab the bench pen here. I feel like that is a useful get. All right.
Bafanada.
Bafanada. I love